Hey everyone, it's hard to believe we are in our last year of our program. Super excited about where we've come from, where we're going, and I've just been so blessed to have all of you on this journey with me so far, and I'm really looking forward to what we're going to be doing this last year together. You guys have all blessed me so much, and I hope I've been a blessing to you. I'm excited to talk about spiritual disciplines. Spiritual disciplines have been a big part of my life. Celebration of Discipline by Foster. I've read it a few times when I was younger, through college, and then now again for this program. And for me, spiritual disciplines, they are intentional actions or works that are within themselves not redemptive, but when they are coupled together with an attitude of obedience and an attitude of submission to the heart of God, to the will of God, then they have this undying ability to transform our spirits by God's grace in our lives. There's almost this beautiful mystery that when we actively participate in our faith, then God richly blesses us with His grace. The inward disciplines, Foster breaks them down to inward, outward, and corporate disciplines. The inward disciplines, those are disciplines of private reflection, and they're most often easily attained by people who enjoy to be introspective, who enjoy spending time by themselves, who enjoy looking in and reflecting on personal life. But that's not that these can't be reached by everybody. It's just that those are the people who enjoy these inward disciplines more, as it's about prayer and meditation and study. The outward disciplines, these are disciplines that affect the lives around us. They influence the world around us. We think about solitude, we think about simplicity, and we think often about how those affect us, but they also affect those around us who see us living this way, because these are countercultural. In our busy lives, in which we are filled with all kinds of stuff and things and technology, to be simplistic, to live in solitude, these contradict everything that's around us. And then corporate disciplines are those disciplines in which we engage with a larger body of believers. These are the things that we do in worship. They're not to be done in privacy. They're not to be done in singularity with just ourselves. But these are the things that we do with others who adhere to our faith. These are the ways that we practice our faith and our worship corporately. For me, I try to practice the inward disciplines, meditation, prayer, and study daily. Meditation is usually the first to fall away, if I'm honest, when my time gets restrictive. And then fasting, I try to practice that a few times during the year at different intervals: 1 day fast, half-day fast, week-long fast, depending on the purpose and what's going on in my life. The outward disciplines, those are harder for me. I struggle with simplicity. I like things. I know that's a problem for me, and so I'm working through that. And I enjoy solitude, but I live a busy life. I'm working 2 jobs right now, as well as this master's program. And so it's really hard for me to do solitude, and that's something that I'm working on. Service and submission are often easier for me, but sometimes they become a problem when pride gets in the way. Corporate disciplines, those I practice weekly, Sunday morning services, going to small groups, Bible studies, etc., except for public confession. Public confession, I do that about once a month with a trusted friend. I go and I confess my sins, I confess what I've been struggling with, and we work through it. As I mentioned, this semester will be like my 4th time or something like that reading through Foster's book. My dad had me read it as a teenager, and that's when I started implementing disciplines in my life. And then I read it in university for my undergrad, and that's when I stopped picking and choosing which disciplines I like the most, and started focusing on having a more balanced approach and incorporating all of them into my life of faith. When I was at Crossroads and I was the lead pastor there, I tried to incorporate this into everybody's life. I tried to work with people and bring about their own investment in their faith through spiritual disciplines, but people found it to be really hard work, and it was something that they were constantly challenging me on and constantly challenging them on. And I think at the end of the day, it was at their own peril, their own faith, that them being unwilling to work through some of these disciplines and really adhere them to their lives. In my current context, I really have no idea what's going on. I started there 2 weeks ago, so not really sure what their view is on the disciplines and how they incorporate them into their life. They do have a pastor of worship and spiritual formation at the church, and so I'm hoping to have some of these discussions with her and to better understand what's going on there, and then to maybe help incorporate disciplines into the life of the church. Guys, I hope you have a great night. Looking forward to chatting with you online, and God bless.